Continuing with creating geometry, the help file, in addition to telling you what kind of values the property can have, will give you the default. So for example, the default length, width, and height for a box is 25. It'll tell you whether it's animatable or not. And in some cases, it will give you an alias, which is another name that you can refer to the property by. And I think that what happened here is that in the early versions of Max, they used length segs, width segs, and so on. And then later on, they decided to use length segments. So box, naturally, is one of the earliest objects that they had in MaxScript. But if you go to a later type of an object, so for example, if I go to extended primitives and take a chamfer box, for example, it has length, width, and height segments. So let's take a look at the chamfer box class here. It has length segments, width segments, whereas box showed length segs, width segs for this. And let me click here and hit the F1 key. You'll see that for chamfer box, there are no aliases for length segments. So aliases are there for compatibility with older versions of Max. And by the way, you'll notice that chamfer box is also in the geometry class, and that its super class is also node, just like box and sphere and so on. To find out what kind of values work for the various properties, the easiest thing is just to go and create an instance. So for example, for fillet, you can go up as high as you want, but it looks like it stopped changing things down around 100 or even a little less than that. So let's delete that. Go back to the standard primitives. Let's go back to sphere. So here I see slice, which is a Boolean. That corresponds to this. And then I have slice from and slice to. And that's here. And it says that this is an angle. So I can go over here. And I see again, I can go as high as I want, but once I go past 360, I'm basically repeating myself. So for example, if I go from 0 to 180, I get half a sphere. Let me just delete that. And I can duplicate that with sphere, slice, true, slice from. And you notice, by the way, that you don't have to worry about capitalization. For example, here I have a capital F in slice from, and here I'm making it small. MaxScript is not a case-sensitive language. So when you're writing scripts for other people to read, you may want to use capitalization to make your scripts more readable. But when you're just fooling around, experimenting, you can use whatever capitalization works best for you. So slice from, 0, slice to, 180, enter. And there's that same type of a sphere.